everyone, and welcome to Divorced Heroes, where we talk about divorce and the life after from a man's perspective. I am the divorced hero, sitting here in the studio alongside my very good friend, like always, the victorious one.
What's up, man? Every time I hear this, I feel like I have to open my eyes on me. I'm about to get shanked. I'm about to get shanked. One of the two.
Open your eyes. That's it.
Man, don't look at me, little puppet. Damn, episode 4 already?
Episode 4.
And you said we couldn't get past 1.
Yeah, you know what?
Bro, this is going to go to episode 400, bro.
Man, we re-recorded episode 1 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Man, so hey, thank you guys for tuning in again. We appreciate you guys tuning in. It's dope to see how many people really come back and give us feedback. I love hearing feedback. How about you?
I do too. I think it's awesome when I get a message and said, "Hey, I enjoy your episode. I enjoyed the podcast. I think you guys are doing a good thing. Thank you."
But even negative feedback is good, bro. Even like things we need to work on, because I think growing up, we were like taught not to be like open to that stuff.
Well, that's yeah.
Positive. It's not really negative. It's more like, hey guys, what about this? And it only makes for a better show.
It does, and that's our goal, is to try to get as much information out there to people that are going through a divorce.
And ladies, calm your panties. You're gonna come on board. I do it every week. Hey, what's up? When are you guys taking guests? I got like 4 dudes already that they're on a waiting list. I got 3 females that want to come on board. I said, chill. We want to make the setting right. We want to build up the momentum. But in the meantime, everyone that wants to come on board, share this. Share this so we get a good following. When you come on, I want it to be the best episode and have all your people tune in. And, we just want to spread this word.
We want to spread the word. We want people
Billy Graham style to
be helped. We're trying to help people that are going through this unfortunate situation.
Yes.
If you hear something that you think someone can benefit from, share the episode, subscribe, hit like, all that good stuff.
Or if we went maybe we went too fast on a certain topic, you want to hear more about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or maybe go more into detail. I have gotten to feedback. Like, hey, bro, what if you talk more about this? And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Yeah. It's totally understandable, because we've been through it. So we're kind of, we're going through it, but maybe you're just going through it.
Exactly.
And you want to hear more, like, hey, what about this? What about that? So, like I said, and I always say, go on the DMs, go on the comments on YouTube. Pretty soon we're going to be on Spotify and all those other channels, right? But let us know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. Maybe some topics that we don't even know. But as of right now, we have a slew of topics that...
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to share. And if you're going through it right now, remember, you could reach out to us. If we are your outlet and you want to just vent to us, we'll answer our phone. We'll talk. We'll answer the DM. If you want to meet up for a beer, some tacos, whatever it is,
we can be like a Dear Abby back in the day. Like, if you have something, you have a question, be anonymous. We already said it's your favorite superhero, the first city you visited after you got divorced or split up, and the year you got divorced or split up. And, we'll answer your question to the best of our ability. If not, we'll seek higher counsel. And
you know what? I've already gotten some DMs on people asking questions, but we're going to get there. The questions that they were asking are on topics that are to come. So I'm just going to save their response. I responded to them personally, but I'm going to save the response on air for the episode that it relates to.
Yes. So what are we talking about today?
All right. Today we're going to talk about how to conduct with each other after your divorce. This is episode 4. So now you're divorced. Everything is said and done. And now it's time for you and her to live your lives. And how are you guys gonna interact with each other? How are you gonna conduct with each other?
Because you guys are living separately now, but if you have kids, you will never be separate from your spouse.
You know what? That's a good point that you bring up. I just had a conversation with someone about this specifically. They called me and, they were having some issues and they were like, hey, divorced hero, they call me DH. But hey, what do you think about this? And I told him, listen, just because you guys are no longer together, you're no longer in a relationship, doesn't mean that you're not bonded by something. You have children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, being co-parenting for the sake of your children is a type of relationship, whether we like it or not.
Yes,
you're bonded by that. You're stuck with each other with lack of for lack of better words. So you need to understand that, realize it, and accept it.
So make the best of it.
Make the best of it, because you have to deal with this person. You guys are no longer friends. You're no longer lovers. You're no longer whatever, right?
Unless you were packing, homie, and she wants it back,
Well, stay away from that.
Stay away from that.
Stay away from. Don't do it.
We advise you to.
Don't do it. Nothing good comes of that. Okay, and that's another episode. Okay,
but yeah.
But if you're co-parenting with someone, whether it be a dog, the children, or if you're running a business, I know someone who got divorced and they run a business together.
Yeah.
Right, but they're totally separately on their own, doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But they still understand that they must communicate with each other. They must share certain information on their business. So it's a form of a relationship.
And we understand that sometimes after a split up, after a divorce, you guys actually get along better. We totally get that. This advice is for the ones that aren't as lucky. All right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and there's all kinds of avenues that we can touch up on, right? But we're going to focus on you. You're divorced now. You went your separate ways. The court order is already set.
Yes.
You have your amount set that you're paying. You have your visitations. You have 50-50 custody. You have everything is set. Everything has been divided. Yes. Now is how do you conduct?
The dust is settled.
The dust is settled. That's perfect.
Yeah.
The dust has settled. How do you conduct with each other, right? First thing you need to do, fellas, is you need to set your boundaries.
Set boundaries. Guys, say it with me. Boundaries. 3 syllables.
Is it? Boundaries.
Or boundaries.
I don't have a clue.
I'll wait till LAUSD. I don't know.
So you set your boundaries, right? Set your boundaries. And what does that mean? That means if you don't like to be bugged while you're at work and she has your work number, and like, hey, when I'm at work, you don't need to call me to ask me whatever. Unless it's an emergency, don't call me at work.
Call me.
You need to set that and say, please.
Just imagine a visible force field. Like back in the days when you watch cartoons, remember your favorite superhero would do that force field and no one could penetrate it? Look, our theme is heroes, bro. We're divorced heroes, right?
Divorced heroes.
I'm going to try to associate everything with superheroes. So don't let her penetrate. In more ways than one. Don't let her get to you, guys. Set that boundary. And
set your boundaries
are so important, bro. I learned through therapy about boundaries. Not only for my ex, for my mother, my family. Guys, it's so important to set boundaries because we grew up in a space where that wasn't a thing.
Right.
And we were just supposed to let anyone come into our personal space and do whatever they wanted, say whatever they wanted. And the only ways you could ever really act on it is when you were a kid at school and you'd fight back. But aside from that, being at home, you had to take it.
Yeah.
And no one's taking that shit no more.
Set your boundaries, guys. If you don't like to be text on some random stuff past a certain time because you need to get sleep because you wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work, let them know, hey, after this time, I am done. I'm showered. I'm in bed. Please don't reach out to me on miscellaneous stuff unless it's an emergency. Don't show up to my home unannounced. Don't think because whatever reason you can just pop into my home unannounced to pick up the shoes, the Sunday dress shoes because you're going to church. It's like, no, let me know. Let me know that you're coming. Hey, I forgot those shoes that I bought for our child, and we're going to Sunday fun day, whatever, and I need them. Can we stop by and pick them up, or can you bring them to me? Whatever it is, right? Set your boundaries, guys. You can't let them encroach on your personal time, on your personal space.
And boundaries can be as simple as not responding to their negative text or their call or whatever. That could be a boundary. I'm just not responding to it. Guys, it doesn't have to be something physical. Just be like, you know what? She's talking to smack. Do not respond. Remain silent. Take a deep breath and just chill. Because they know they can get under your skin. They're going to do it. So boundaries are very important for me. I saw this meme and I used it once on her and it actually worked. I said, as much as I want to entertain your, what was it? Your false accusations, I'm too busy taking care and raising our children. Have a good day.
Oh wow!
And it was a meme, and I just copy and pasted it, bro. And she didn't say nothing, so it worked.
Yeah,
guys, start doing hashtag narcissist, hashtag divorce, hashtag life after divorce, hashtag DivorcedHeroes, and just start getting some information, bro. There's just like kids use TikTok for their news. We can use social media to get more information as well.
Hashtag divorcers.
Yeah. So that's definitely number one. Set boundaries. Number two would be what? Do not give them too much info.
Don't give them too much information, guys.
They don't need to know that you're dating, that you're planning to buy a new house, that you're going on a trip, that you got you're going to Big Bear for the weekend, you're going to the lake for the weekend.
You got promoted.
You got promoted. You
demoted.
Got demoted. You got a new job. You're not.
They don't need to know any of that. It
doesn't matter. They don't need to know.
Right. Whatever is outside of your court order, there are court orders that say, if you get a new job, if you move addresses, it goes without saying. There's information that they must know for the sake of your children.
It's funny. Mine tried to act. She was like, I don't want you to know where I live. I said, dude, it's in the court order. I'm supposed to know where you live. Why are you stalking me? I'm like, bro, you live on a main street right next to Taco Bell, which I frequent. What do you want me to do? So guys, like those are the exceptions, right? Yes, you have to let her know where you live. If you've changed addresses, things like that, because it applies to the kids. Medical insurance, stuff like that. Don't hold on to the social security card. You're just playing games.
But you don't want to give too much personal information on
you.
What's going on with you, what moves you're making, whether you're going to start a new business, whether you're going to go on a new vacation. Nothing that's not relevant to her. You don't have to share it. And I got off the phone the other day with someone who said that their ex-wife called and asked him a question. Hey, can you do said thing, whatever it was? And he said, no, I can't, not that day, but I can do it. Friday. I can't do it Wednesday. And she said, why not? Why can't you do it Wednesday? Right. What's so important that you can't do it Wednesday?
Doesn't matter what it is. It's none of your business.
And he opened up and he started explaining to himself, and then he found himself on the defense, right? Like, whoa.
He found himself back in his marriage.
He found himself explaining to his ex why he had to work and take these jobs. And I told him, like, I said, bro, you don't have to do that anymore. No. No.
But those are signs of a scarred man that's not listening to DivorcedHeroes.
A no is a no. Hey, yeah. I can't do it. Why can't you do it? Because I said I can't do it.
Yeah.
They lost the ability to question you. Now, but don't take our words out of context, fellas.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to pick up your child at 5 p.m. on Saturday because it's your weekend or it's your time.
And she calls to question.
And she calls because you tell her, hey, I'm not going to be able to do it. And she says, why not? That's another story, fellas.
Yes, don't use, divorce or
that's another story, fellas.
Yeah.
That is your responsibility to be where you're supposed to be at when you're supposed to be there. Don't play these games, okay? If you have car trouble, then you tell her, hey, listen, I had car trouble. Or unforeseen events happen. Hey, can you please work with me? I'm not going to be able to be there at 5, but I can be there at 6 and I can keep our child for the extra time, whatever, right? Work with them. They deserve that too.
Which that leads us to one of our, another one is follow through on everything you say you're going to do.
Everything you say you're going to do,
be a man.
Guys.
What's that other podcast where it says, if you're sick, go to work. Be a man.
Be a man.
Be a man, dog. Like, look, if you say, I'm going to pick up little Johnny and Susie on this date, and let's say it's not even your day, but you said you were.
Follow through.
Because you forgot that you had, a game that day or whatever. And hey, you know what, dog? You already said you're going to pick them up. Man up and do it.
But not just for your kids, for her as well. And let me tell you what I mean by that.
Talk to me.
If you said something about, hey, I'm going to take care of this. Let's say it has something to do with the refrigerator in the house.
Yeah.
And she says, "Hey, the fridge in the house is acting up. Do you know anyone? Yeah, I'll take care of it." And then you go pick up your kids for the week or the month or whatever your court order says or wherever you guys worked out. Don't just put it on the back burner because, well, my kids are going to be with me. I don't care about the fridge because it doesn't involve my kids anymore.
Yeah.
No, guys, whatever you put out to her and say, hey, I'll take care of it, follow through.
Yeah.
Don't give her any ammunition to use as criticism and then throw it back in your face later on. No, if she says, hey, I'm working, you think you can meet with the school counselor because little Johnny is whatever.
How do our examples become white boys? We're Mexican, dog.
Oh, you want Juanito? Because little Juanito wants what? Hey, man, we have white audiences out there.
We actually do. I was surprised. You go through divorce too. You guys seem like you just work it out. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, bro. Honestly, what he's saying, follow through everything you say you're gonna do. Just for all you know, her new man don't know how to fix a fridge, and you do. So come on, be a man. I'll tell you one thing, dog. I just happened to me, and I was talking to you earlier about it. One of my kids is not doing so good in school, right? And I try to do the right thing, which was, reach out to the mom and tell her, hey, this is going on. What are we gonna do? Those were my exact words. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Her response was, well, you're the dad, figure it out. Okay, so in that situation, though, like I had to talk to my inner divorce hero. What would I do? So yes, I could have talked smack. I could have done this and this and that. And you know what I did? I did the right thing. I reached out to the school, talked to the counselor, found out what they could do to get the grades up, talked to my kid to see what she could do to get her grades up and figure out why she wasn't doing so well. Even after all the drama she gave me, the mom, I still reached out to her, let her know what my findings were. And I asked her in a very cordial way. I said, you know what? This is what I found. I would appreciate it if you follow up on this. This is what I found on it. You have the majority of the time.
Yeah.
What can you do on your end?
Right.
And the response was still, you're the dad, figure it out. Which to me, it's even greater because she's admitting that my kids need me more than they act like they do. And you got, to me, that's a win, bro. So you can try to, communicate as much as you want. But at the end of the day, you as a father still have to do what's right and still move forward. And just do what's right,
Right. And you know what? We're going to touch on that on a future episode on co-parenting.
Yes.
And what she's doing now isn't cool. She's making you the disciplinarian one. Yeah. Right. So
she's a fun parent. I'm the disciplinarian.
Exactly. So it becomes where one parent is the one that's always disciplining and on top of certain things, and the other one is the one that you get to slack off with. And that's not okay. When you become a parent, when you're co-parenting, you're going to have to change up your style.
Yes.
And like I said, guys, it's a lot of information. We're not going to dive into that right now. Yeah. Right now, we're going to focus on how to conduct with each other. But we do have an episode coming up on co-parenting.
Yeah.
All right.
But so this one was kind of touching on don't cast blame, because that's another one.
Yeah.
Because if I wanted to, I could have been, look, your mom's being of this and she doesn't want to help it. So you have to learn to pick your battles and just let your kids know, like, I got your back. And don't let the mom, don't start problems you don't need to. Don't cast blame on her. Don't give her another reason to talk smack. If she already admitted you're the dad, do what you got to do. That's giving me a free pass to make sure my kids are winning. So don't cast blame. It's better for you to just focus on the kids and make sure
focus on your children
is best
and how to get them to the next level, yes. Right? Remember something, fellas. You are no longer friends. You and your ex are no longer friends. I've spoken to so many people, so many guys, and even some women who start telling me stories and they start opening up a little bit and telling me how, can you believe when this happened to me, I got in a car accident and I was partially disabled and I called him and he didn't care. And
what do you expect?
Yeah, they don't care.
You fucked his friend. Sorry. There goes my triggers. No, but yeah, bro, I'm not your friend like that, and you're not my friend.
So let me tell you a quick story of someone who recently reached out to me and they're going through a divorce, and he's like, hey, divorce.
Do we have an anonymous?
He's not anonymous, and he is, because he asked me not to throw his name out there, and I won't.
I guess he doesn't like superheroes. All right, go for it.
So he said, hey, Divorced Hero, I got a quick story for you. He works at an oil plant, and they catch on fire all the time. And he said, we had a huge fire. I mean, the thing was huge. It was on for like 3-4 hours.
Out of control almost.
It was crazy. And just like anything that happens, like with fire, you had all these helicopters that are like, Channel 7, Channel 4, all these news agencies were covering this fire. So he started getting a lot of text messages while he's at work, trying to deviate and try to shut down the plant.
For the most part, people know he works there.
Exactly. People that knew him were like, hey, it says that this certain plant or this certain refinery is on fire. Yeah. Are you okay? So he's trying to text back because he knows there's people that care for him, his family, friends, and he's trying to text back at the same time as he's doing everything he needs to do. And he's like sending these text messages like really quickly saying, hey, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, it's me. I'm at work. I'm okay. I'm okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And then he says he sees a call come through, right? And it's his ex-wife. Mm-hmm. So for a quick moment, he looks and he's like, "Oh wow,
she's worried
about me."
What was it? What happened, bro?
It warmed his heart. He's like, "Well, if it's not, she's worried about me. She's at least worried about me for our children."
Yeah, right. Yeah, I need that money for. Come on, make it out alive.
Maybe it was his children that were calling, saying, "Hey, Dad, are you okay?" So of course he answers the phone because he doesn't want them to worry.
Yeah.
So he answers the phone, hello. And then his ex-wife says, hey, can you take the kids to school tomorrow?
Wow.
So he's a little taken back and he kind of like tries to dig a little bit and he says something to the effect of, I don't know. We're on fire right now. We've been on fire for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. So I really don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I might not even make it out.
Exactly. Yeah. I might die tonight.
Yeah.
And her response is that a yes or a no?
Wow. See, guys, she's not your friend.
So he immediately right there said, that's a no. Let me see if I can get out of this thing alive. Hung up the phone, sat back, and said, she literally doesn't care if I live or if I die.
Doesn't. No.
And that is a realization, fellas. You are no longer friends.
No.
Don't seek compassion with your ex-wife. Women don't see. Well, I think fellas are a little different. But
it could. Nah, what?
Because you're on that. You're on that foot right there.
If you call me, I'd be doing the same thing. Well, I mean, okay, but are you gonna pick them up, dog? Because Yeah, no, let's keep it neutral. Yeah, we're not.
You're not friends.
We're not,
fellas. You're not friends with your ex-wife. You can't seek compassion if something is happening in your life. Don't think that by you talking to her and letting her know, hey, listen, this is going on. My uncle who raised me is passing away, and they don't care, fellas. They don't care. Keep it to yourself. Reach out to Divorce Heroes. Reach out to your mentor. Reach out to people that are in your inner circle that do care.
And guys, it goes both ways. Ladies, same thing. He's not your friend. I'm going to tell you right now, if I finish drinking a gallon of water and I had to pee bad and I saw my ex on fire, I'd rather pee on myself, on my pants, because you know what? I would say, this is God's plan. God caught her on fire for a reason, and I do not want to be the one to intervene. So we're not your friends. You're not our friends. We are merely two individuals who had kids together.
And you're co-parenting.
And we're co-parenting. That's very different from being friends, because it's like that thing where at any moment the dagger will come out.
Yeah.
All right. So just guys, I don't care. They use tricks on us. We use tricks on them. Don't fall for it. It's better to play it safe.
Another thing, guys, moving on with our list here is don't bring up the past. When you're
Let it go.
When you're around each other and you're co-parenting or you're running a business together or you're running your charity together, you're going to church, whatever it is, don't bring up the past. If you sit there and you start talking about the past and who's to blame, remember when you left me stranded with no gas on the side of the road and I called you and you were too busy having friends with your friends, and it like, don't bring that up, guys. It does nothing good for you. Nothing.
All it's gonna do is cause more turmoil. You've been past that part in your life. You guys blamed each other. You guys lied to each other. You're over that chapter. You're going back in a book that you don't want to read.
Exactly. So, you're opening up old wounds. Yes. And for what?
Arguing.
It's done. You guys are already divorced. You already went through the court system, or you already had your amicable split up and everything is going the way it's supposed to go. Don't start hashing.
For a while, bro, my current girlfriend was, I don't want to say she was scared, but she was cautious to talk to me after my visit with my kids.
Yeah.
Because she knew that right after my visit, my ex would send me messages on Talking Parents.
Yeah.
And blame me for everything. So-and-so told me that that you didn't feed her. So-and-so told me that you were yelling at something else. So-and-so told me you were driving fast. And that would piss me off.
So for our divorcers out there that don't know what Talking Parents is, Talking Parents is an app that when it gets really bad between the parents or the relationship, the divorcees, the court will tell you, hey, use Talking Parents because everything gets recorded on Talking Parents. Everything. So it's a form of text messaging that goes back and forth.
That can be used against you in court.
But there's a database that records everything and it keeps it stored. So if your ex-wife or ex-husband is constantly calling you an idiot, I'm gonna kill you, you're a piece of shit,
it's on there.
It gets stored. So Talking Parents is when there is no more civility between you two. You don't trust each other. You don't you can't keep it amicable for
the kid's sake.
For anything. So the court or your lawyers will say, hey, from now on, communicate with this person.
I guess you guys know what I'm at, huh?
Parents. Okay, so continue.
Yeah, so she already knew, my current girlfriend's like, oh, he's going to come back with an attitude. Right?
Yeah.
So that goes back to like, don't bring up the past, because even her being on that talking app, she would just bring up the past. It would put me in a place where it's like, and as much as I wanted her to respond, I didn't want to respond in a way where it was going to make me look bad either. So
right.
Who do I take it out on?
Yeah, the person who's next to you.
The person that's there backing me up, right? And it's not, when I say taking it out, I say in a way where it's just like,
you're just not yourself.
I'm not myself. Yeah. I'm a lovable, chunky guy, and at that point, I'm just a fat asshole. It's like fucking Pooh Bear and Foo Bear. So, yeah, guys, don't bring up the past. Don't let them bring up the past.
If you can stop it.
That's a form of setting boundaries.
It is. If you can stop it, if you know that you guys are getting together because you're going to go meet with the teacher and you guys are going to talk about your daughter's grades or a performance that she has coming up, or let's say it's a sport event, right? She plays soccer and you guys are going to be there to cheer her on, and she starts saying, hey, why this and why that? Remember when set it down right then and then and say, hey, let's not talk about that.
Something came to mind right now. That's a good point. My kid was doing drama, right? She was doing The Lion King at school. And she was with her mom, so she invited both of us.
Right.
So she took it upon herself to invite her mom on opening night.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as her father, single father for almost 4 years, I felt a little hurt, right? Because I've been there for you.
Right.
I take you to acting, I myself do acting, so I've been trying to teach that craft. But for my daughter to take charge because she didn't want to see any drama and have us both there on the same night, she let her go on opening night and she let me go on closing night. Which there's still 2 big nights, right? Closing night is like you give her your all. Opening night, there's always kinks. And I didn't see it till the end, bro. But that's like another form of just like when you're, after divorce and you're trying to just move on and learn how to conduct with the other parent. My kid had to show me that lesson where it's like, Dad, I did. And then when I questioned her, she's like, Dad, I did it because I don't want you and Mom
exactly
going at it.
And that's not You know what, Victorious? That's not cool.
It's not.
From your perspective and your ex perspective, because you robbed that little girl from having both her parents on both opening night and throughout everything and closing night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's something to think about, fellas.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting out. Look, I don't enjoy putting my drama out here, bro, and I don't do it to talk shit or to look cool or whatever.
Right.
Whatever I say is with the hopes that whoever's listening is either going to realize they're doing it and they avoid it, or they stop themselves before they do it.
Right.
So that was another, point in my life where I'm like, wow, my kid had to put me on check.
Yeah.
And she's the youngest one.
Yeah.
So guys, learn how to conduct yourself with the other parent.
Listen to this. This is a testimony here on.
Yeah.
If you hear this, guys, you don't want to do that.
No.
You want to try to get along with her as best as you can, because your child deserves to have both parents there.
Yeah, and my kid had to take charge that night because she knew both parents were not going to get along.
Yeah.
She already knew it. Regardless of whatever we said, promised, wrote down, so-and-so promised to behave that day. She already knew. So...
And it goes to what you said earlier, is don't cast blame now, right? No. If you get into it with your ex-wife or ex-husband, don't start pointing the finger and saying you this and you. Look, accept that you guys are different. Accept that you think differently. Accept that you cannot get along. He is who he is. She is who she is. Accept those differences. Walk away.
Yeah.
Don't create a conflict. Don't do that. It doesn't end well. I mean, what good do you get out of proving someone wrong, or trying to? Because they're not going to admit it.
No.
Right? If you get into an argument with someone, what keeps you in that argument? Trying to prove her wrong?
Yeah.
For her to say, "Oh yeah, I understand. I'm sorry."
It's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
You know what I found that helps? And I just started doing this. So if you guys see me buff for the summer, you know why. Every time I get upset, bro, I try to do up to 100 push-ups. And I'll do 10. Sets of 10. Boom,
okay.
Boom. By the time I'm at 30, I'm fucking so huffed out that I'm just like, what was I mad about? So I'm not doing 100, but the goal is 100. But by 30, I'm like done. I'm tapped out. And I have no more energy to even get upset. So guys, and it sounds silly and it might sound dumb. It works. It's like a breathing technique. It's like going for a walk, going for a jog. For me, it's push-ups. So if you see the pecs out there, homie, you already know, dog. You know, Spanish something. Being on the yard, Vaughn. But man, I think we touched on some good stuff today, bro. Is there anything else you think we should talk about, or we have to add to, or?
You know what? No, just know that that if you are co-parenting, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. If you're co-parenting, you have to get along with your ex-spouse for the sake of your children.
Yes.
And swallow your pride, swallow your ego. It's not about you anymore. Mm-mm. These children did not ask to be born. If you don't have kids, but you have a business together, unless you want to sell it and split it, you're going to have to suck it up, and you're going to have to communicate with that person. You know, there's different forms of businesses, whether you own a restaurant, you own real estate, you own, certain businesses. It's out there, and people do coexist running a business.
They do.
And it could be done. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, it could be. I wouldn't recommend it either. But, I think we touched on a lot of things today, and like I said, like we always say, if you guys have any questions or you feel we didn't touch too much on a subject, feel free to DM us and just ask your questions, bro.
We will always answer back on a DM. I have been DM'd. I've had a couple questions, and when they fall into the format, I will put them out on the air. But I do reach back almost immediately. We always try to.
We'll do an episode, bro. We'll just do questions all day.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. If you think this is useful for someone, someone that's going through a divorce, please share it, send it, subscribe, hit the like, all that good stuff.
Yes. And, as always, Divorce Hero always likes to end on.
There's always light at the end of the tunnel, fellas. No matter what you're going through, I promise you, this will end. You will get through the darkness and you will see the light.
But you have to get through the darkness. You have to go through the storm. It's not going to go away.
It's not going to go away.
It's not going to go away. You have to go through it, fellas.
With that being said, guys, thank you so much for listening. This is episode 4.
Damn, 4 already.
Stay tuned for episode 5. Talk to you guys later.